Yo, 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 let's get rowdy, 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 bowdy, bowdy, bowdy like Conan. It's Tuesday. It's Rumored Innuendo. I'm Dominic D'Angelo of SEScoops.com, Studio1Sports.com, and I am here with Mr. Robert Karplis, WD Creative _ish. Robert, good to see you. Happy Tuesday. We got to talk some Raw. Uh-oh. Hold on. I can hear you. You can't hear me.
Yeah, I was saying I don't see the video popping up on my feed, so I'm hoping that we are in fact live right now.
We are live. We are live. I don't know why.
You said that I'm looking on the gimmick, but here we are. So
funky.
Hopefully we are.
Your X account's up on there, up on the.
I'm looking on my own X account. It's not showing diddly squat, but
in the studio it's here. It's weird. Very funky. Funky.
Well, if those of you joining us live can say if they see us in the comments, that'd be tremendous. But I'm looking on my own X. It's showing nothing.
I am looking too. Let me take a gander here.
Why? As fun as it would be to just have a one-on-one conversation with you and I.
Oh, wait, what a discussion we could have. Really unfiltered discussion going down. What is going on?
I could say, damn.
Uh-oh. We do got the sponsorships. They're going away. I see them dwindling away, Robert. I see them dwindling.
Some people are saying we see you. Some not. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, usually it pops up on the old X gimmick, and then
you get the little red circle around you.
Yeah,
typically. Yeah, you're live on mine.
I'm gonna tell you, we're
you're
here.
Live on mine.
I swear we're here. What a start! We're live, pal.
What's the deal with the StreamYard? Let's say hi to some folks in the chat, though, huh? Can we do that?
You do what you want to do, my man.
Let's say hi to Brandon Reinhardt. Hey, CM Punk is turning it into early 2000s Foley with all these cheap pops every week. Interesting. He does do a lot of the cheap pops. I've noticed that too, Robert.
It's a patter. It's a cadence thing for him. I don't know how much longer that's really going to last. As we get into him versus Roman Reigns, I think you're going to get this strange division with the audience where they're not going to know what the hell to do.
Yeah, that's a great point. It will be interesting how much that affects the crowd. I think that is something that W should be take at least a little bit of note of, because how do you want to position this and make it feel like the biggest match you possibly can? So Jeff Hangener says, hello, R&I. Nothing is dividing a wrestling fan more than El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. Boy, yes. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be a WrestleMania about for sure.
What do you think is going to be WrestleMania? I don't even know what that WrestleMania this year makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I tried to make the most sense of everything that was going on in this build, and the more that I see it, the more that I'm absolutely just gobsmacked and befuddled as to what the hell we're going to get.
Do you think they're just doing all this to spite you, Robert? You come up with these predictions, and like they seem sensible and logical in most ways.
Between that and this overly aggressive box that you have us in, we're very close. I liked where it was a little bit of space. There's a little bit.
No, I like being close and intimate.
I really hope this isn't streaming anywhere right now, because I just I was in such a bad mood coming onto this, and then here we are.
I'm glad I showed up at the very last minute.
I thought for sure, if you looked at the tea leaves of where they were going with this, that we were going to be getting AJ Lee and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Made a lot of sense. It was a chance to elevate the Women's Intercontinental title. It was a chance to leverage the Becky Lynch, AJ Lee storyline. It got both of those stars on the card. There was a deep, rich story to it. And they're doing it at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised by that. It kind of makes you think, what other plans do they have for somebody like a Becky Lynch or an AJ Lee? Like, you could run it back if you really wanted to, but what are you going to do differently?
There's no reason to run it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's, because you're giving it away in Chicago, where you're going to have the most primed audience ready to cheer for AJ Lee. It feels like you've now kind of got like a four-way situation developing with Maxine and Natty, where all four of them are competing for the Intercontinental title, but I feel like there's going to be a number of multi-person matches on this show.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't necessarily be against a four-way. I miss the four-ways where it was like the WrestleMania 2000 four-way, not that one in specific, but the format of it where you eliminate people instead of like fatal four-way, one pin gets everybody out.
This is
I
why
don't.
Dom doesn't book. Can you imagine how long
Oh,
that would be?
I
How
know, right?
you can't have multiple pins in a single match with WWE. They don't know what the hell to do there.
Mm. Well, wait, where's the one I wanted to say? Oh, Wrestling Old says, "Good day, R&I peeps." Javon Evans with a move that will be in the highlight reels for decades to come. Yeah, that was quite the cutter. Javon Evans is indeed bouncy, Robert. If you didn't know.
I like that they find ways to utilize Javon Evans where even though he's not directly plugged into the story, it's a great opportunity to exploit what it is that he can do. And if you're going to do this El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano storyline, and then for no reason whatsoever, here's Javon Evans, totally here for it.
Yeah, right. Make you can implement him in a bigger way as he progresses in his career. I think he's early on that you can just plug him in something and show the talent that he has. That's unique, and I think that's it too. So, all right. Oh, Jennifer V's in the house too. We see you both. Okay, so we're live. We are live indeed.
I keep looking on my X. It ain't there. So
maybe you're on my X, Robert. I don't get it. You're live.
I'm creeped out.
Yeah.
I do love that Lou 4237 through a "You're dead, mall rat." Gotta love it. I'm all for any Mallrats references at any given point in time.
Many moons since I've seen that movie, but I might be my favorite Kevin Smith movie. Might be. I don't know. I would have to think about that, to be honest. Kev says we're Kevin Kellum in the house. We're live, pal. We got a whole bunch of folks tuning in, Robert, actually. So I guess we can move forward with confidence.
In what world do we move forward with confidence when we're talking about this? Anyway.
Ooh. You know what? Before we dive into that,
I don't know what, dude. I read the thing you sent me. We're 7 minutes into the show, and you just now woke up.
I did want to talk about. Do you know what happens in 2 days' time, Robert? 2 days' time, February 12th.
Oh, sorry. I just realized Wrestling Old Head was dropping a Mallrats reference. That was where this came from. They're just some things you don't talk about in public. That kid is back on the escalator, Dom.
Kid's still on the escalator. Robert,
his pant leg gets caught and he winds up in a bloodbath. By the way, Wrestling Old Head dropping a Hartford the Whale. I use that line so often in my day-to-day life, so much so that I didn't realize when I started at the Panthers, our new coach, who started the same time I did, played for Hartford.
Really?
And it was Kevin Zadine. And it was the involuntary immediate reaction where he's like, "Oh, I played at Hartford." I went, "Hartford the Whale?" And the look on his face of, what the hell is this kid talking about? Anyway, sorry, Dom, this is a wrestling program. What's happening on what day? The December 12th?
No. February 12th, Robert. It's a special day. It is.
Not Valentine's Day, so I don't know.
Oh, it's even better than Valentine's Day. It's our 2-year anniversary, Robert, since we started together.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Which crazy because the show has existed in existence before you, so I don't think of it as being that. But I can't believe it's our 2-year anniversary. I don't know what you got me, but I'm so excited.
Just my moral support and my smile.
What a crappy gift.
I know, right?
Yeah, that does remind me. This is a good public service announcement for everyone out there. Valentine's Day is coming up this weekend. Make sure you get a card for your loved one. Is there a card section set up at the Whole Foods?
Yes, there is. There's some really nice ones actually. So.
Are they like organic?
They're very like crafty.
I was pissed when I went to I had to run out to Whole Foods a couple weeks ago to get ice.
Did you think about me?
No. The fact that they literally had artisanal ice and it was so friggin' expensive, I'm like, it's just frozen water. Yeah. The only thing colder than that is Gunther.
Ooh, okay. Explain. Talk about that a little bit.
Did you watch Raw last night?
Yes, I did.
What did Gunther do last night?
He kind of intimidated Byron Saxton. I know that was a big part.
And what was the point of his promo?
That he's going to WrestleMania.
Gunther went from this guy could be headlining WrestleMania to, and then there's Maude.
I don't get it, Robert. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's directionless after having big matches and retiring several legends in the business.
It's like they were there, they were ready to go. There was the pitch, slow and straight. All they had to do was swing, and they'd be a hero. But they're a zero.
Mm.
Just some Weezer lyrics for you, because why the hell
Oh,
not?
that is
Yes,
Weezer. Yes,
that's what I'm here for.
Buddy
Primarily
Holly.
that. God damn it, Tom.
Buddy Holly, my favorite Weezer song. What's with the homies dissing my girl? Yeah,
See,
Robert.
at least you could have tied it back to wrestling and gone with El Scorcho, where they drop a little ECW references in there.
Oh, yes.
Watching grunge leg drop New Jack through a press table.
Wow, man. Who knew we would have brought up Weezer today, Robert?
If you've talked to me at any point in time in the last 2 years, pretty good chance.
And
in case you're wondering why I'm stuck with Dom, this was because of our good close personal friend Conrad Thompson.
Yes.
Who recommended you. At least I think that's what he said. It was very hard to hear over the chicken.
Hey, man. Hey,
man. So you just sound like the D'Angelo kid. I'm like, which one? Oh, one of them.
The short one. The short handsome one.
The bald one.
Oh, we're both bald.
This show has gone off the rails today, and I could not be.
Maybe that speaks to Raw, Robert. Raw wasn't that great.
Raw was so much the end the rest of Gilligan's Island. The main event of Raw was a qualifying match with 3 men who have no shot at going up against Drew McIntyre. So the fact that that was your main event segment was kind of baffling.
Yeah, I agree.
If anything, maybe you could have gone with the women's triple threat match to be the main event and at least have, Rhea Ripley get the win at the end and everyone kind of go home happy. It was a mid-card heavy show. It was a lot of sort of, we're in a holding pattern. I get, hey, Braun Breaker's hurt. We didn't see this coming. Seth Rollins is out. We didn't necessarily see this coming. We're stuck with this CM Punk Roman Reigns main event where Roman ain't showing up for another couple months. We got to pretend that Finn Balor is a number 1 contender for CM Punk's title. It's a lot of we're just trying to get through this.
Yeah, and it's funny too because like we saw the segment with Finn where he comes out and interrupts Michael Cole, and Finn makes the challenge, wants it, and then Pierce is like, "No, can't have it," and then Punk's like, "No, I want it," and then they give it to him, and then Punk just starts cutting a promo on Roman Reigns,
and then yeah, Finn's just like, "All right, see you later."
Okay, I got what I wanted. See ya.
All right, script says I go to the back.
I tell you what, though, the best segment I think on Raw was the opening segment between Becky and AJ. I just liked their dynamic with one another, even though
Becky was so over the top in her delivery.
I was okay with it.
It was like she was like manic, but we didn't know why she was manic. She was very upset that she got eliminated from the Royal Rumble, and she was boycotting the WWE because of her elimination or whatever it was. And then she's out there mad at AJ for just showing up at the building and was already at like a fever pitch. It didn't make a lot of sense. Like she left them nowhere to go. Brandon Reinhart, 3570, dropping some knowledge here, saying Pinkerton is a hugely underrated album. That is a no skip album, by the way.
Oh, Pinkerton.
Pinkerton, hands down, that is a no skip album. That is a masterpiece.
Is that the one with the guy from Lost on the cover?
No, that's Hurley, because it has the picture of Hurley from Lost.
Okay. Which one's Pinkerton?
Their second album.
Oh, wow, I'm way behind.
Yes, the 1996 classic, which was an absolute delight of an album that at the time was underappreciated. It was the LA Night of albums. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I'm looking at what happened on Raw. We'll plow through this quickly because
wasn't an amazing show.
So yeah, the Becky AJ thing was to set up the Elimination Chamber match instead of setting up a WrestleMania match, which feels like an odd decision on their part since there's already going to be 2 Elimination Chamber matches on that show. There's already going to be a CM Punk title defense on that show. You really just needed one more match. And I don't know that you necessarily needed AJ and Becky to be on the card. I think you could have gone with any number of other matches involving anyone who didn't qualify for the Elimination Chamber to have a shot at building something that ultimately catapults them to WrestleMania. Whether
Yeah.
that's oh, sorry.
No, but you mentioned, I think, last week that like you could have envisioned them both being in the Elimination Chamber, maybe, and then you could have cultivated a match out of that into WrestleMania.
You could have had Becky in the Elimination Chamber and she loses because AJ distracts her or something, and then you set it up the next night.
Yeah.
It's figuring out highest and best use, and I just kind of feel like there are so many B and C level storylines that are going on. Not that I necessarily need to see this on a PLE, but you've set up the solo MFTs and the Wyatt family stuff. You're setting up this El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano situation. You could have had an Oba Femi match thrown onto this show. So many different opportunities to do something different. And we're getting a match that I feel like was a better, stronger thing for WrestleMania. We got the Usos versus Otis and Tozawa. I don't know what Tozawa is dying from or why they gave him this Make-A-Wish, but this was very sweet.
Yeah, it was a long match, and you know, I don't. The Usos, they feel like the epitome of treading water, right?
I again, in trying to see the tea leaves and trying to say, okay, why are we setting up an Otis and Tozawa match versus the Usos and treating Tozawa like he's a serious threat, which he should have been for a long time, and then he turned into the dude who dances. Otis at one point, kids, won the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yes.
And traded it in for, I think, sex with Mandy Rose, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe a ham. Now he could probably just go on our OnlyFans, but that's beside the point. It's neither hide nor hair. If I'm looking at this, I'm going, okay, what was the point of booking this match? And I thought, well, Jey Uso's been insufferable. Jey Uso lost in the Royal Rumble. He's now setting up for this match here in this tag team that's going absolutely nowhere. Maybe the Usos lose in an upset situation to a babyface team. Jimmy's like, hey, guys, way to go. Jay gets pissed. And you got a little bit of a tension with those guys. That was kind of where I thought maybe this was going. Instead, you built up Otis. The crowd was behind Tozawa. They were not cheering the Usos, who are a babyface tag team, and then the Usos win. And you look at the state of the tag division on Raw, the War Raiders are still being picked off of Oba Femi's shoe. New Day have vanished into the ether. Judgment Day, JD McDonough is not going to be back for quite some time. The Creed brothers are still missing.
Yeah, they were there for a hot minute.
Yeah. So it's like, what was the point of this? I did not know.
This feels like WWE Creative decided to go like put it through AI and hey, how can we elongate everything to try to make it to WrestleMania? That's just what the show's kind of felt like this week.
So Joseph Wade Walters floated out Usos versus Phoenix and Penta. I thought there was a possibility that we were going to tease something about this in the Royal Rumble because you had Penta and Phoenix in the Royal Rumble. They never interacted.
Right.
Yeah. Wrestling Old Head says, add Street Profits to Raw. They're not going anywhere. Did you see the pictures of Montez Ford?
I did. I saw the one picture and I was like, is that real? And then I didn't follow up and try to find another.
There's about 4 or 5 pictures. Montez Ford, whom we love, big dude that I have flagged for the last 3 or 4 years of why is he not a main event star in your company?
Yeah.
Charismatic, agile, great in the ring, great on media, has a superstar look. Now has the look of he went from a Tozawa physique to an Otis physique a little bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like on It's Always Sunny when he just started to Matt started to get fat for no reason.
Yeah.
Which good on him.
Mm-hmm.
Let him do his thing. Liv and Dom did their thing, and I did not quite understand the point of this segment other than people like to boo Dominic Mysterio. We already established that Liv had not yet made her choice.
Mm-hmm.
It was a way to laugh and be like, oh, they're speaking in Spanish. Dom speaks Spanish. Liv doesn't. So Dom gets to get beat up by Stephanie Vaquer. Fine. Dom being scared by Stephanie's pyro was the highlight of that whole piece for me. But this
He's
went
great.
on and wasn't particularly interesting. Rhea, Ivy, and Lyra, on paper, kids, if you had to pick who was taking the pin, Lyra would probably not have been at the top of that list.
No, definitely not.
Not a great match either.
Right. It just felt like a really off Raw, Robert.
It was a very off Raw. The Natty Maxine thing, they brawled before the match. Natty looked fairly vicious. And then I guess the point of this was for AJ to make the save on Maxine so that Becky could attack AJ, which would have set up a great tag match for the PLE.
Yeah. Not sure. Any other takeaways?
Yeah, main event. LA Knight, Penta, and Theory. There's another masked man.
Yes.
I don't know.
Not Logan Paul.
Wasn't Logan Paul. Was supposed to look like Seth. Probably wasn't Seth. Mm-hmm. So they're putting somebody under the mask and having him play Seth. It's getting kind of goofy.
Especially when you think about how many masked men we've had over the past year with WWE. Like, that doesn't help matters. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I hope they know what they're doing because I'm at a loss too, Robert, when it comes to a lot of stuff.
I'm genuinely. It was such a kind of just there episode of Raw, which is very surprising because it's the Raw after Super Bowl Sunday. So there's not a lot of competition going on for what people are going to go watch and do. Maybe you're watching the Olympics. I don't know. Maybe people were like, oh man, I know, my wife was like, oh, I think the figure skating is on tonight. I'm like, have fun. You enjoy. I can't get behind most of the Winter Olympics. I like curling. I find it oddly soothing. It's the whooshing sound. It's very, very, it's nice.
Hockey?
No. I can't stand up. I lived hockey for 8 years. I'm good for the rest of my live long days. There's too much subjectivity in some of these, like the figure skating. It's based on like what the judges like. I need an objective sport. Did you get a faster time than somebody else? Did you score more points than somebody else? Did you hit the target closer than somebody else? Give that to me, not, well, he hit the triple axle and then the double axle. But the way that he hit it, one of the judges from their vantage point saw that it was slightly, no, just give me something straightforward, yes or no. SmackDown this week moving to Sci-Fi here in the United States, which is why they've been promoting it so heavily. They're going ahead and doing it. Looked like from what I saw on the graphic, Cody, Fatu, and Sammy in the same Elimination Chamber match.
Wow, is that true? I
think that's what I saw on the graphic. But again, I was fielding some emails. In between when I hear the Michael Cole interstitial voice talking, I'm like, no, I can move on. Looks like there's some other matters that you've got teed up here on the rundown.
Yeah, Big E's been making some media rounds, and I thought this was an interesting quote.
We should point this out. Big E did announce his retirement.
He did.
So, obviously not the outcome everybody ultimately wanted to see. Big E is a hell of a performer, is a hell of a guy. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to interact with Big E, but Big E is just, he's everything you would want that dude to be.
Yeah.
And, nice an unfortunate injury. He's a guy who at least got that push, got the world title, got that opportunity to shine for however brief it ultimately was, instead of just what a shame he never even got that moment. Like, at least he got that.
At least, certainly if you're a fan, you'd want more. You'd have wanted more for him.
Oh, of course.
But, yes. But at least he did get some of that stuff, and he's good at what he does, like as a personality and stuff like that, and shown he's capable to do other things in the wrestling realm, and for sure outside of it too, if he really wanted to, I'd imagine. But he did talk about Ridge Holland in specific, who ended Big E's career. He said, I talked to Ridge right after it happened. He sent me 10 pounds of meat. That's how men say I'm sorry. He said, thankfully, we had a conversation. There was never really any grudge on my end. Things happen in our industry. People get hurt. It wasn't malicious. I told him immediately that there are no hard feelings. I know, unfortunately, he's gotten a lot back online. He's dealt with injuries on his own, losing his job. My heart, in many ways, goes out to him. I hope he's doing okay and is recovering. There was never a moment of ill will from me. It's the nature of what we do. You sign up for something that is incredibly fun and rewarding, but also has inherent danger as well. Man, what a great answer, Robert, I thought. And it just speaks to how good of a person Big E is to have the foresight to be like, yeah, it sucks my career's over, but I know this is the nature of the business. And he expresses his feelings for Ridge as well, too, at the same time.
Yeah, I think look, there's one of two ways that you can kind of go with being injured. There's the classy Ray that Big E did. Then there's Steve Austin and Bret Hart. Austin was always held that grudge against Owen. I don't know if you're aware, Bret Hart occasionally, once in a blue moon, might mention William Goldberg.
Bill.
Yes. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable just calling him Bill. We're not friends. It's like keeping it at a formal level. But yeah, Bret is obviously super bitter about it. The Ridge Holland situation was definitely an accident. It was not a situation of somebody being overly reckless or stiff or intentional. There's a big thing I learned in law school, in sports law class, where they talk about sort of the incidental physicality that occurs within the confines of whatever that sport is versus some sort of underlying maliciousness or recklessness that occurs. Right. That did not feel like the situation that occurred there. It was an unfortunate incident that happened. Big E could have been bitter and angry about it. He probably could have had the clout at that time to get Ridge Holland fired. Others in the organization could have blackballed that guy right away and torpedoed his career. That was not the case. They did try to find a home and a spot for Ridge Holland going forward. It was unfortunate. Big E is a hell of a guy. Someone else who is a hell of a guy is Dominic D'Angelo.
Oh, I am. Thanks.
And sorry, Sandman's last match. Sandman's a hell of a guy. I don't know if you've had a chance to hang out with Sandman.
Oh, several times. Yes.
I worked with Sandman when he was in WWE, and I saw that his last match is against the Invisible Man.
Yes, in Las Vegas, WrestleMania week. He will be going up against GCW's Invisible Man. I was kind of surprised by this. I thought he would actually have opponent we could see, but he is not having this opponent we could see. So I'm intrigued to see exactly what they do with it, Robert. And is this, if it doesn't feel like, I mean, I think Sandman could have another match with somebody, like the right dance opponent. I was not expecting the Invisible Man to be that, though.
Sandman versus AJ Styles. What a match.
Boom. That's what's happening, Robert.
That's what's happening. What's happening is that we will be back tomorrow, so every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including the WW Creative _ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, maybe the @SE Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Studio One Sports and Podcast Heat. So on behalf of the man who color coordinates his outfit to the font of the logo, Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I'm like the man in the yellow hat and Curious George, but short. Shh.